Hello and welcome to day 2 of Basic Chakra Yoga Flow. And today we have reached up to the second chakra, the Svadisthana chakra, that means sweetness, and it helps us to regulate and balance the energy for pleasure, desire, sweetness, creativity, sexuality, and procreation. And with that, we are going to also bring in the color of orange, which it also represents, and also the sound of VAM, V-A-M. So that might be a few things that you'd like to just kind of practice with during the session. And we are going to have a little bit of a flow in the practice today, and that could either be done by simply taking a child's pose or a down dog, or doing the whole flow version of the transition. So see what works for you today, and perhaps you have something that you have in your second chakra that you like to balance, one of the sweetness in your life, or one of your desires for more sweetness in the lives that you like to maybe bring in. So we'll take it for whatever works for you, and we'll start by sitting comfortably upright, supported by a blanket or a block or anything that works for you. Let's just sit nice and tall, and we'll take 5 nice deep breaths together through the nose, and we'll with intention breathe all the way from the very basic seat and all the way up towards the very top of the head and back down, and just pumping the energy through the centers of the body, starting down at the Muladhara chakra, into the Svadhisthana, into Manipura, Visuddha, Ajna chakra, and into the Sahasrara chakra. So let's sit with that for a moment and focus on our breaths. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. Clearing the center line of the body. Finding a nice connection in towards the seat, and running that clear line all the way up to the top of the head and beyond. We'll take one more breath together. And bring our palms together in front of the heart, and join our voices together with the 7 different seed mantra for the chakras: LAM, VAM, RAM, YAM, HAM, and OM, and then the very last one is silence. So we'll do that for 1 round to tap into the centers and start to communicate with them, and they might start giving us some signals on what to do, or what to eat or drink, or how to move or how to breathe to better circulate the energy in each and every chakra. So let's bring the palms together and take a nice big inhale. LAM, VAM, RAM, YAM, HAM, OM. And exhale, release the hands, and let's come to downward facing dog, please. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Spreading the fingers nice and wide, tucking the toes under, coming up into a down dog with bent knees, plugging the upper arm bones in, lifting the seat, and start to pedal your right heel down and your left heel down, getting some nice circulation through the ankles, through the knees. And gently from there, take your feet over to the hands. And inhale, long spine. And exhale, fold. Take the hands to the hips, elbows to sky. And come all the way up to standing. Release the hands. Inhale. Nice big breath, palms to sky. Exhale, hinge and fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, hands underneath the knees. Unravel. And then exhale, fold. Root the feet. Inhale. Sweep the arms up to the sky. And exhale, hands to sides. 3 more times. Inhale. Arms up to the sky. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands underneath the knees. Exhale, fold back to Uttanasana. Inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. And exhale, hands to sides. Keep the flow going. Keep the breath going. Inhale and exhale, bend into the knees. Inhale, hands under the knees. And exhale, root the feet, sweep the arms up towards the sky. And exhale, hands to the side. We'll do one more together. Inhale, take it all the way up, waking up all the pathways in the body to help us to regulate the flow into all areas. Exhale, fold. Hands to the sky. Inhale, bring it all the way up. And exhale, hands all the way back down to the sides. Take the hands to the hips and inhale, long spine. Raise your chest, your heart, your lungs, and exhale, fold forward. Uttanasana, hands to earth. Place the hands on the floor. Step your left foot back and take your left knee to the floor, coming forward with your arms to the sky and coming into low lunge, Anjasana. Tucking the back toes under for stability. And exhale, release. Hands to the floor. And extend your knees. Step forward. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold. Step your right foot back. Take a nice big step back. Knee to floor. Inhale, sweep the arms forward and up. Come forward in the outer hips, stretching in towards the sacral region, in towards the hips. Exhale, release. Hands to the floor. Lift your back knee and step it forward. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Root your feet, sweep the arms up to the sky. And exhale, hands down to the sides. And hands to hips. Inhale, hips forward. Take a nice big lean, up and back. Open up the front of the body. And then exhale, release. Hinge and fold, Uttanasana, forward fold. Step your left foot back. Stay nice and tall on your back toes. Come with your hands to your quad. Arch the spine up to the sky. Release the hands. Inhale. Sweep the arms forward and up. High crescent lunge. From the center line, extend down into the belly, into the pelvis, into the seat, all the way down the legs and the feet. Rooting into the earth. Exhale, release. Hands to the floor. Step forward, forward fold, Uttanasana. Step your right foot back. Take a nice big step back for high crescent lunge. Hands to your thigh. Arch the spine up to the sky. And release. Hands up forward and up. Releasing the front side of the body. Opening up in towards the pelvis, in towards the sacral region. And exhale, release. Hands to the floor. Step forward, forward fold, Uttanasana. Hands to sky. Inhale, sweep it all the way up. And exhale, hands all the way down to the sides. And then inhale, sweep it all the way up. Exhale, hinge and fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, step to plank pose. Lower all the way to the floor. Inhale to cobra. Inner shoulder to outer shoulder. Lifting all the way from the pubic bone up to the sternum. Exhale, release. Bring it all the way back down. Push back, child's pose. Big toes together. Knees apart. One breath. Downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. We give ourselves 3 nice big breaths right here. Step your left foot between the hands and turn on to your right side. Your right hand is turned out and your 10 toes are pointing towards the left side. Left arm up to the sky for a nice big side crescent plank. Take the left arm up and over and shoot the hips up and unleash any stagnation in the hips. Come all the way almost back down and then reach it all the way up and over and bring it back down. And one more, sweeping it all the way up. And exhale, take it all the way back down. And take your hands to the floor, step it back, downward facing dog. Second side, step your right foot between the hands, turn over onto the left side, turn your left hand slightly out, sweep the right arm up to the sky. Take your arm over the ear and shoot your hips up to the sky and then slowly lowering towards the floor, almost all the way down. Inhale, bring it up and exhale, take it back down. One more, inhaling, losing any stagnation in the hips and coming back down. And then from there, take your hand over to the front, step it back, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Come from here up on your toes, bend the knees, look between the hands, take a step or a hop over to the hands. Inhale, long spine, exhale, fold, bend your knees, come to Utkatasana, to chair pose, sweep the arms forward and up. Squeeze in the skin to muscle, muscle to bone, pulsating energy into all areas of the body, and especially pulsating some nice openness in towards the hips by interior tilting the pelvis and pulling the lower belly in. Press all the way down and come up to standing. Nice. And then from here, we're going to open the arms all the way up and coming into eagle arms and opening the arms all the way up and eagle arms on the left side. And we'll just keep flying like that a little bit, flowing the energy through the body and inhaling, sweeping it all the way up, taking the left underneath the right. And then from here, take it all the way back up. And this time we'll bend the knees and take the right leg into eagle pose, Garudasana, and your right arm underneath and left over. And taking it all the way down towards the knee and hugging it all the way in. And gently bringing it all the way back up, inhaling, arms up to the sky, and exhaling, taking it all the way back down. Sweep the arms back out to the side, bend the knees, and take your left leg up and over for eagle legs, Garudasana legs, squeezing the midline. Take the left arm underneath the right, palms together, arch the spine, and bring it all the way back down. Elbow to knee, arching the spine, squeezing the midline, and gently bringing it all the way back up and taking the arms up and exhale, hinge and fold, Uttanasana, forward fold. Take the feet wide, take a hand in each and elbow and give yourself a little swing side to side. Loosening up any stagnation in the sacral lower back region for more easeful flow through all parts of the body. Hands to hips, elbows to sky, come all the way up to standing and come to the front of the mat. Release the hands, inhale, take the arms up towards the sky, pull the lower belly in and up and exhale, hinge and fold, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, unravel the spine and exhale, fold, step to plank pose, please. And from here, step it all the way all towards the floor. Inhale to cobra, inner shoulder to outer shoulder, and exhale, bring it all the way back down. Push back, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Step your right foot between the hands, come into warrior one, arms up towards the sky, raising up from the very base of the core, reaching up through the spine, through the arms, and really grounding down from the waist and down through the energy centers, opening up into the hips. Exhale, release, hands to the floor. Step it back, downward facing dog, plank pose, lower all the way to the floor. Inhale to cobra, inner shoulder to outer shoulder. Exhale, bring it back down, push back, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana, left foot between the hands for warrior one. Both feet flat on the floor, raising up from the feet through the legs, through the hips, flowing the arms all the way up, breathing into all parts of the body. And exhale, release, hands to the floor, step it back, downward facing dog, come through your flow, plank pose, lower all the way, inhale to cobra, inner shoulder to outer shoulder, and exhale, release, bring it all the way back down, push back, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Press the palms, lift the upper arm bones. Come up onto the toes, bend the knees, look between the hands, take your step or your hop over to the hands. Inhale, long spine, exhale, fold. Hands to hips, elbows to sky, come up to standing, and we're gonna widen the feet and press the hands onto the knees with our thumbs facing in. And then from here, we're going to really lift the lower belly and massage into the organs and have a nice big time of hugging muscles into the core and pulsating energy into all of the energy centers of our body, all the way into the seat, all the way into the lower belly, sacral region, in towards the belly. And then exhale, bring it back down, and again pulling the lower belly right below the belly button, bringing it all the way in and waking up the energies in the lower body and sending opening signals to the upper body as well. Press the hands, mainly lift the lower belly in and up, and exhale. One more time, we'll take it up towards the sky, arching the spine, massaging into the organs, loosening up any stagnation, moving energy into all of the energy centers, but especially today into the Svadisthana-Sacral Chakra. And then exhale, release, take it all the way back down. Nice. Come to the front of your mat and inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky, and exhale, hands to earth. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, step your left leg up towards the horizon. And then from here, we're going to really again pull that lower belly all the way in and sending some good hugging in signals and squeezing into the midline and making our way into Virabhadrasana 3, hugging in from the lower part of the belly all the way in to the pubic bone and in towards the deeper part that holds us together. And then exhale, release, hands to floor. Step it back down, take a pause in Uttanasana. Sweep your right leg up to the horizon for warrior 3. You can certainly keep the hands down. You can engage the same feeling of pulling that lower belly all the way in and up and sweeping the arms out to the front for warrior 3 pose. Holding awareness into the second energy center from below the belly button to the pubic bone, hugging it all the way in. And exhale, release the hands and take it back to Uttanasana, forward fold, and then stepping into our downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Flowing through a vinyasa, if you wish to plank pose, lower all the way down and inhale, into cobra, and exhale, bring it back down, push back child's pose, big toes together, knees apart, pumping some energy into the hips, out of the hips, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Press the palms, lift the upper arm bones. From here, come up onto the toes, bend the knees, look between the hands, and come forward. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold. Sweep the arms up to the sky. Ground the feet down to the heart of earth, taking temple mudra. Bring your feet together, palms together. Become a string of energy, clearing and cleaning all layers, feeling a connection to the heart of earth, to the heart of source. Pull the lower belly in to send more rooting, more flow into the bottom part of the body. And exhale, release, hands to the sides. And inhale, sweep it all the way up. We'll put some of those things together. Exhale, hinge and fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, step back to plank pose, lower to the earth. Inhale to cobra, inner shoulder to outer shoulder. Exhale, release. Bring it back to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Step right foot between the hands for warrior one. Sweep the arms up towards the sky. One breath here, then arms out to the side and take your left leg into Garandasana, into eagle pose. Sometimes it gets a little windy. And then take your left arm underneath your right and hinge it all the way down with your elbow to the knee. Pull the lower belly in, like when we had our hands on our knees, and then sweep your left leg back into a warrior three. Give yourself a few breaths right here, having a good time with it. And exhale, release, hands to the floor, and press your hands down, sweep your left leg up, and then step it all the way back to downward facing dog. Come forward to plank pose, lower to floor, inhale to cobra, inner shoulder to outer shoulder, and exhale, take it back down, push back, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then we'll do the same thing on the left side. Step your left foot between the hands. Extend from your hips, root down into the legs, into the feet. Sweep the arms up to the sky. From here, take your arms out to the side and come up onto your right toes. Come and see if we have Garandasana on our second side. Take your right arm underneath your left and palms together. Arch your spine to the back of the body and then take your elbow to the knee. Full eagle pose, squeezing the midline, and then from here, taking your right leg out behind you for warrior three, Virabhadrasana 3. Soaring, having like a great flow inside the body of pulsating energy. Skin to muscle, muscle to bone, and organically extending out from there. Release the hands to the earth, sweep your right leg up to the sky, and step it all the way back to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Give yourself a few breaths in your downward facing dog. And then from here, we're gonna take the feet wide and then switch sides with your legs. So your right leg is over your left leg, and we're gonna come all the way down onto our knees and coming into our shoelace pose or Gomukhasana pose. Squeezing into the center line and sitting nice and deep into the seat. Maybe we're sitting on a block, maybe we're sitting onto a blanket. Take the hands forward and head towards knee or head upright in a comfortable position. I want to get some nice turning and churning in the outer hips in towards the center. And a few more breaths right here. And then gently help yourself back up to downward facing dog. Untangle your legs, pedal out into your down dog, and then switch sides so that your left leg is over your right and feet on each side of your mat. Take the knees to the floor and sit down onto your seat, onto your block, onto your blanket or pillow, something that makes it great for you to take a comfortable seat. Take the arms forward and lean into your comfort zone of this hip opening pose, of this turning and churning of the IT band layers, of the hip layers, of the flow in the second chakra, while unleashing any stagnation. Give ourselves a few breaths right here, enjoying some turning of energies in the hips. And gently from here, make your way back up and take downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana, untying your legs and coming back to downward facing dog. Press the palms, lift the upper arm bones, grounding into your down dog, coming onto the knees, hands and knees and toes. Take your right leg out to the back, and then we're gonna circle the knee around to the front, opening lateral and making some nice big hip circles. And then we'll take it the second direction, moving the energy in the hips. And gently switching to the second side, take your left leg up and then forward and out to the side, like a nice big circle for the hip, and untying any knots, unleashing anything from our practice. And then taking it the second direction, opposite way, and gently from there coming all the way back down and take downward facing dog. We're going to find pigeon pose, so we'll take downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take the right leg up towards the sky, to the horizon. Pull the lower belly in for stability, anchoring into the body. Open your right hip and then bend your knee. Get a calf stretch in on your left side. Sink the left heel down. And then take the right leg underneath you for pigeon pose. With your front leg parallel, left leg behind you. And from here, come down onto your forearms. I'm gonna hold down the fort while you fold down. We'll have about 5 breaths right here. And gently bring yourself back up and take downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Taking your left leg up towards the horizon, towards the sky. Anchoring into the lowest part of the belly and then opening the left hip with a nice hugging into the sacral region. So we're staying nicely connected into the lower part of the body. Left leg underneath us for pigeon pose. Walk your right foot back and give yourself a forward fold here. Use blocks, blankets, pillows, anything that works for you, and come into your comfortable and turning and churning pigeon pose, balancing the layers of the sacral chakra, Svadisthana, balancing the sweetness in our life by doing yoga poses. Breathing into it. few more breaths here. And then gently hands by the shoulders and upright and take downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Coming over to plank pose, taking one more vinyasa variance by coming to the belly, inhaling to cobra and exhaling, bringing it all the way back down, and take downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And come up onto your toes, bend your knees, look between the hands, feet to hands, inhale, long spine, exhale, fold. And we're gonna come all the way down to our seat, and we're gonna roll down vertebrae by vertebrae and come onto our back. So let's just roll it all the way down, and maybe emphasize a little extra by the sacral region that we're really holding in, that we're feeling nice and plugged in towards the front side of the pubic bone area, staying connected to the flow in our body, coming all the way down onto the back. And we're going to squeeze the midline a little bit more, squeeze the inner thighs, squeezing the center by taking the legs up and finding our Garandasana legs again, our eagle legs, and the right arm underneath the left. And then from here we'll just pump some energy through the centers by tipping the toes down, and we'll do 10 on each side to really get the flow going in our body and lifting stagnant energy up and out. And exhaling, inhaling, and exhaling and inhaling as we lift and lower at our comfort zone, and just simply keeping the flow going in our body, keeping the pulsation going. We'll do 3 more here. And 2 more. And last one. And bring it up and switch to the second side, taking the left underneath, taking the left over the right thigh, and then sweeping the leg underneath. Take the left arm under the right, and then we'll do the same thing here, squeezing it from all sides. Exhale and inhale. Squeezing the adductors to the midline, squeezing the hips. Exhaling and inhaling for 5 more here. Really making sure that we have a nice flow through the body when we especially are done with our yoga practice. That's when we get to reap all the benefits from turning and churning our body in these different poses designed for the second chakra today. And 1 more right here, and then we'll take it all the way back down and releasing hands and legs, taking your block. If you have a block, take your block. If not, we can use without the block and simply put the feet down, coming into Setu Bandhasana and lifting the hips up to the sky and clearing the front side of the body, releasing stagnant energy. Just kind of really open the chakras, turning them clockwise as we are laying here on our back. So you might be here with your hands to the side. You might have a block handy by. You can take it underneath your hips. So see what works. If you can have a block or a book or something like a little platform underneath your sacrum, to really letting the sacral region release and relax. Enjoy just laying here for a few moments. Grounding femurs, grounding hips, and open up the pathway all the way from the seat, from the perineum up to the sacral region, belly, chest, heart, lungs, getting a massage for the throat, and sending energy up to the third eye and the top of the head. Another breath right here. And gently come up onto the toes. Lift the block away from your sacrum. Take it all the way back down. Feet hip widths apart. Then give yourself a couple of windshield wipers here, side to side. Massaging the hips, releasing hip flexors. Leaving your knees over to the left side and taking your left ankle over your right knee. Coming into a supported twist. Supported hip flexor stretch on the right side, releasing lower back, lumbar spine, releasing iliopsoas. And gently release, take it up and over. And take your knees over to the right side. Maybe that's plenty. If it feels comfortable, take your right ankle over your left knee. And gently release. And take it all the way up. Bring your knees in. Make little circles on your sacrum before we head into our last pose of happy baby pose. Arms inside the legs, hands outside the feet, anchoring the sacrum down towards the floor, towards your mat, grounding the femurs, releasing into the hips. 3 nice big breaths right here. Lower back release, hip release. Open pathways all the way into the legs, to the feet. And gently bring the legs together, hug the knees in, and we're going to roll on up and close our practice together with a seat before we lay down into Shavasana. So let's come to a comfortable seat, and maybe you will fold your mat behind you or find your blanket and just sit nice and tall, and we'll take 3 nice deep breaths through all parts of the body and feeling a new pulsation as we breathe in towards the whole sacral region. And gently bring the palms together in front of the heart, and we'll go through the sounds of the chakras again to really just keep the communication open with each and every center just by saying their seed mantra sound. It is LAM, VAM, RAM, YAM, HAM, OM, and silence. So let's do that together, and the text can be found below if you needed to read it as well. Take your palms together in front of the heart. Inhale. LAM, VAM, RAM, YAM, HAM, OM. Thank you so much for joining me for the second day of Basic Chakra Yoga Flow. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, where we move up towards the belly center. So we will go through that tomorrow with some twisting and some core pumping. That will be fun too. And I hope that now when we lay down in Shavasana, you feel a new awareness in your Svadhisthana chakra region, the sacral region, all the way down to the Manipura, the Muladhara chakra, and out the legs and the feet. So let's take a Shavasana and let all that soak in from the last 2 days, and release and relax all muscles and bones and tendons and ligaments, and letting the energy clear out to the body of our energy bodies. Purifying all the layers by taking our Shavasana. You can always take your hands onto your Svadhisthana region, right from the belly button to the pubic bone, and make a diamond shape, and just communicating with the second chakra energy center, breathing into it,